Hi guys, this is Dr. Farjana. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Like always, it's such an honor to connect with you. Today I want to share some inspiration regarding work to motivate you to wake up every day and feel good going to work, right? How do you feel good going to work? Not everyone feels like that, right? Sometimes you wake up groggy. Sometimes you wake up like, wait a second, this is very repetitive. Oh, goodness, do I have to take the train again? Do I have to sit in traffic again? Sometimes we feel very vague, particularly after post-pandemic, right? There's a lot of vagueness, like, wait a second, did I do this last year? Did I not? So there's a lot of just this, sometimes many of us carry this vagueness with us, right? The mundane nature of work sometimes, and then that vagueness that comes along, especially post-pandemic, right? So how do we stay present? How do we stay motivated every day? What do we do? So number one, you want to remind yourself that you have three purposes when you wake up, particularly, right? In addition to your God connection, there's acts of service. So every morning, wake up with, you know what? I'm going to work to give of myself, to engage in acts of service. Secondly, I'm waking up and going to work to let go of my ego and others' ego. Third, I'm here at work to share my creative juices, right? So instead of going to work thinking, hey, I'm going to work to get something like just finances so I can go travel and I can go do all these other things, I can enjoy my weekend, I can take care of my family, instead of making it ego-based or where it's like very me oriented, think of it as it's a purpose. This work is part of your life's purpose, right? Work is where you go share your creative juices. You share to the world. You make the world a better place by engaging in acts of service, letting go of your ego, other people's ego. It becomes a very spiritual journey versus a ego-based me journey, right? When you think me, it becomes mundane, right? Mundane. It becomes repetitive. It becomes vague. Just sometimes it becomes meaningless, right? Because you're like, oh, I'm doing the same thing every single day. I'm doing the same thing every single day, right? So again, remembering your three big purposes: acts of service, letting go of your ego and others' ego, right? And sharing your creative juices. Next strategy, right? How do you stay motivated, especially post-pandemic, when things seem extremely repetitive, things seem mundane, vague? Another strategy that you can use is you want to remind yourself of the abundance that you have in your life, right? When you want to remind yourself of how your life is already whole, right? You're so satisfied with your life. You are already worthy. So when you start thinking in that way, you care less that you have to go to work because your life is already full, right? So when you go to work, it's more of an expression of your creativity versus being in survival mode. Like, I have to do this because I have to pay the bills or I have to take care of my family, because it comes from a place of creativity. So when you start remembering all your abundance, you remember why you're worthy, you remember that you're already whole, you're extremely content with life because you're so blessed, you basically start caring less that you have to go to work. That's it. It's simple. So you wake up every morning, you're like, oh, okay. This is just like brushing my teeth. This is just like something that I do naturally because it's a spiritual journey for me. It's it's part of my abundance versus, oh no, survival mode, I have to go to work. Oh, I have to get up, right? So particularly, you can sit down and list all your abundance. You can list why you're worthy. I'll tell you why you're worthy. You're worthy because you show up. You're worthy because you show up every single day. You show up to work. You show up for your family. You show up for your friends. You show up for yourself. You work hard. This is why you're worthy, and reminding yourself of that. Think about all the abundance in your life and go through like the different phases of your life, like the abundance that you had. And even if you've had a rough childhood, think of the tucked in abundance that you did have. Think about the tucked in abundance that you had in your adolescent life, in your early 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, whatever, and so on. Reminding yourself that you're already so whole. Just sit back and just go, breathe in, breathe out, and take it in and say, wow, I am satisfied with life. I had great experiences, and I'm going to continue to have great experiences. All right, guys, I hope this is helpful. Again, motivating yourself post-pandemic for work, life, right? Staying motivated, staying present. And how? Just remembering that all of this is a spiritual journey. All of this is a spiritual journey. You are impacting, you're on purpose, right? You're living on purpose every morning as you wake up. It's not ego-based at all, right? It's not ego-based. It's a spiritual journey. And then you start to enjoy waking up and going to work. And even on those tough days, you're like, okay, I know there's wisdom behind this. There's some type of learning behind this. There's growth in this. It's making me stronger. I'm impacting someone's life, some family's life, some soul's life. All right, guys, take care of yourself. Bye.